Potions.
Where's my hammer? Go and make.
Inquisitor.
Okay. New person. Okay. What am I stuck on? Oh, that's rubble.
Good, Inquisitor. I am glad that issue has been resolved.
What is your evaluation of our supplies?
We are groaning with resources, a reflection of your competence and inspiration.
Are there others who could come to Skyhold?
They are helping now. I have contacted many of our finest, and their influence is not inconsequential. They are not, shall we say, prone to take the field, but we will be well supplied.
As you were.
Of course, Inquisitor.
Inquisitor, the soldiers say you banished the demons at Adamant and freed the Grey Warden mages. I understand from Sister Leliana that the truth is somewhat more complex, but no less extraordinary. She said that you spoke with a figure in the Fade that seemed to be the soul of divine Justinia. I suspect many of the faithful would like to know what Justinia told you.
She helped me remember what happened at the Conclave. The Maker didn't give me the mark on my hand. I was struck in battle. And Andraste didn't send me. The figure everyone saw was divine Justinia.
I'm so sorry. That must have come as quite a shock.
The Maker didn't need to send Andraste to me physically for me to be her herald.
I am glad to see your faith has not deserted you. You will need it in battles to come. It is wise that you do not let what happened in the Fade spread, however. Some would not understand. Now, is there anything I can help you with?
I'd like information on how the fight against Corypheus is affecting the common folk.
They are scared, of course. Many have lost homes or loved ones. I doubt many will sleep well until you have sealed the breach. I have offered what help I can. The rest is for the Inquisition. What more do you wish to know?
How are our forces at Skyhold doing?
We have many injured. The siege of Adamant was brutal for all involved. Even so, more flock to your banner. They have heard that the Inquisition defeated the legendary Grey Wardens. Your soldiers have been blooded, Inquisitor. They are veterans now, an army in more than just name.
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
You have done much for the refugees in the hinterlands. Many who would have starved or frozen owe you their lives. With the rift near Crestwood sealed, the villagers have begun rebuilding their homes and lives. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Olay and Ferelden.
What are you doing to help these people?
My sisters and I have been tending to the injured as best we are able. Some refugees come with food, while others arrive empty-handed. I have helped ensure that all have enough to eat. Beyond that, many simply wish the familiar comfort of the Chant of Light. It is little enough work to offer some comfort to those in pain.
Farewell, revered mother.
Be well, Inquisitor.
Let me know if there's an issue with the chat, because sometimes... Well, that's our intent for this stream. You'll see once I start up though. So we do a bit of grinding.
Inquisitor.
Just snort these so I can... Wow, that's a long mission. I'd have to set that up at the end of a stream to get that done.
All right.
It's the two places we're gonna go.
Inquisitor. Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
What's the next favor we need to get these Du Paraquets a lordship?
We must persuade Minister Belize to ratify the papers. She's in charge of these matters of rank. The minister will be at a small fete thrown by the Marquis Wiscott. I'll get you an invitation.
That's right, we're heading to the Emerald Graves, which is the forced part of this mission. Take Sarah. Vivian. Blackwall. Nope, not all one thing. I like confusing people.
You saved my people. We'd given them up for dead. Perhaps the stories are true.
I need to be going.
I'll be here. What is this now?
Standing because of you. I've little to give, but I'll always be grateful.
Sorry. Sorry for the confusion.
Damn, Fairbanks and his concern for everyone.
Let me out, Blackwall.
Inquisitor, you saved Gertrude and the others. Thank you so much. Good day to you, Inquisitor.
I'm here. What do you need?
This is about Fairbanks. There is a rumor that he is of noble blood. Once the war is over, many of us will return to serve our lords, to work their fields, raise their brats. And most of the aristocracy know little of the lives of commoners. They care nothing for us. Fairbanks is different. He is a great man. There is much he could do if he had the power. If the rumor is true, if Fairbanks is noble and we have proof. Do you see what I'm saying?
Vivienne, what do you think?
Your naivete is absolutely precious, darling. As is your cave.
But I just thought...
The rumor about Fairbanks being noble. What do you want me to do about it?
Oh, I don't mean to impose, but you travel all over the Danes, don't you? Perhaps if you found something that could help. I've written everything I know in my journal. You can look at it.
Goodbye.
Well, she is with the Duke to Ghislaine.
camp's just asking for trouble.
Those dead. Hope she dies slow.
Andraste's blessing.
I had to get the Veil Fire lit. After that, there wasn't much point. Also, she has fire abilities. Had her specialize in fire, so I kind of need her for this area.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Yeah, it's explosive, but having a constant source of fire is better. More red lyrium. I think it's the thing that caused the earthquakes. Here's an abandoned villa. Okay, let's try and figure out the time together. From what Volta told us afterwards, the cave is the Titan. The lyrium is its blood. That's really all we can figure out, though.
The Freemen's leader should be holed up here. This place has seen better days.
Do you expect cleanliness from a group of thugs, Inquisitor?
Let's look around. Part of a key. There's a rune inscribed on it. Or part of one.
I will say most DLCs end up feeding into the main story of this game. And feeding the main story of the next game, I should say. Sexuality in Thetis. I find what's interesting is that despite the lack of discussion on the matter of human sexuality, there is a commonality to be found on the subject in all Austrian lands. Typically, one's sexual habits are considered natural and separate from matters of procreation. And only among nobility, where procreation involves issue of inheritance and the union of the powerful families. It is considered of vital importance, yet even there, noble who has done their duty to the family might be allowed to pursue their own sexual interests without raising eyebrows. The view on indulging lusts with a member of the same gender from land to land in Orlais, it's considered a quirk of character and nothing more, and for Alden it's a matter of scandal if done indiscreetly. But otherwise, nothing noteworthy. Deventer is considered selfish and deviant behavior among nobles, but actively encouraged with favored slaves. Ew. Nowhere is it forbidden, and sex of any kind is solely considered worthy of judgment when taken to awful excess or performed in public eye. Well, there's their stance. Just gonna explore a bit before I engage in the main force.
When did they arrive?
A few hours ago. He's talking with them now.
Yeah, bottom line, average person, it doesn't matter. Nobility, it matters a lot. In Orlais, it's just a quirk. And for Eldon, it's a matter of scandal. In Deventer, it's frowned upon. Unless you're a slave. Okay. No, I think it's just a game mechanic. I think this little ring is just a strict game mechanic, that's all.
Seems to be the last of them. We've struck a blow against the free men.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
I think it's a side effect from one of the weapons. Or an ability I threw out. Because green usually means poison or spirit focused. This was badly covered up.
Red lyrium.
Smuggling for the Templars, right?
Not anymore.
The best locks, the best loot.
Well, let's keep in mind, lyrium is unstable. So I imagine it doesn't take much to really destroy it. No, I think we have to interact with it. I'm not really sure how we interact with it, though. I think we destroyed enough of it that the debris doesn't really matter. At this point, it's probably just dust, to be honest.
Any news, Inquisitor?
The free men have been defeated.
They hurt so many of my people. Now, it's finally over. Thank you. Perhaps with the 3 men gone, we can find a proper home. Argon's lodge was always well situated. Inquisitor.
I need to be going.
Be safe.
Oh, you meant in that lodge? Oh, the cleanup crews will come in and deal with that. It was a lyrium smuggling. Collect race mines. We have an army. We have mages, we have dwarves, we have a canary. Granted, that canary does things for us. Cullen probably has them doing operations. We have a spy corps, which the spy master is in charge of. We have multiple emissaries with diplomats. Basically, we're a small, functional country. Okay. Usually this guy's accompanied by other Red Templars, but... What the f... okay. I guess. Really? Let's put it this way. Perseus has an army of demons, technically. He has an army of mages, a small army of mages, and the Red Templars. So, the army is there to equalize things. I mean, it's not like Mass Effect where that's...
Fancy house. Too quiet.
creepy.
That did not just light itself.
This place has been corrupted. Stay alert. Nobody would keep this lot as servants. Thieves, perhaps.
Piss poor job of it.
still creepy as fuck. That's kind of cool. I'm being quiet because this place really creeps me out. Because it does. Don't tell me this doesn't freak you out just a bit. And I'm wearing headphones, so I'm getting the creepy music a bit better than you. Oh, so nothing to worry about except for the dead bodies.
Got to be something here.
What was that?
Corpse.
Down you go!
This place, no fun.
The sooner we're done here, the better.
Okay, looks like I'm looking for statues. Now? Treasure hunt.
Goodbye!
Make our way to the dragon now.
Eat it! Ate it!
This dragon. I knew the tail looked weird.
We're not alone.
Wait, we have armor to zip.
What happens when magic's dangers are ignored. I believe our work is done, Inquisitor.
Yep, we're done. Bottom line, don't mess with magic unless you're a mage, and even then, do it in the company of a Templar. They will protect you if things go to shit. Long story short, someone died, they were trying to bring them back, and they basically brought forth a demon. Usual, you should not do this.
Knight Captain Rylan has sent supplies from Griffin Wing Keep.
That's what I say. The dead don't want to be bothered. Now we're just going after some Red Templar stuff. Not getting involved in that fight. Two giants and a Red Templar beast. That fight. These are weird monuments, but they give me XP, so... Yeah, that's not really how this game works with the giants. The giants are kind of overpowered because you have to... They have very large health pools. I'm going to say they're harder to kill than a dragon, to be honest. Because a dragon you can kind of deal with. It takes a while, but you can plan around it, whereas a giant is attacking the Red Templars here, so I kind of have to deal with it. Fighting one giant is hard enough.
Another letter on the smugglers, referring to Samson.
Travel here. And we'll use the stag to ride over and kill them. Whee! But this bow is something else. I'm just gonna say, the lyrium artifacts are a little overpowered.
Another letter mentioning Samson and papers with names. Cullen could use this.
And let's travel here and fish the Fairbanks thing. The question is, do we raise Fairbanks as a noble? Or do we let him hide?
I hear you've been investigating my birth. You haven't found anything, have you?
You're the child of Lady Bernice Lamarck.
I know who I am. Will you give me what you found, please? Honestly, Clara's intentions are good, but she is young and idealistic. Clara believes that being noble gives you power, freedom. She's wrong. It is just another cage. She told you the story of Lord Giraud Lamarck. The man turned his back on his only child and murdered her one true love for appearances. I don't want to be entangled in that. I don't want Clara in it. Do you understand?
Okay, big thing here. Do we raise him as a noble or not? He's of noble blood but does not want it. But he could help make their lives better. Okay, let's put it this way. Fairbanks is helping the refugees from the war and Haven. He's been sheltering them here in the Emerald Graves for a while now. Helping them live and survive. He was apparently the grandson of some lord who did not approve of his birth or something. So he exiled his daughter and killed her lover, I think. Should we give him his evidence so he can live in peace, or bring him into the open and...
I'm sorry. Something requires my attention over there.
The Inquisition will always
Clara?
be welcome here.
Good day to you, Inquisitor.
We're right. Fairbanks is noble by birth. Fairbanks is not even his real name.
Let me see. Évariste Remarque. I knew it from the start. I know just who to give this to. This will be enough to make the council sit up and take notes. I'll send this on as soon as possible. Thank you, Inquisitor.
I know Sarah disapproves of that, but the people here are. But I'm being forced to do it. So why don't we make him a noble? So he can do it. To help these people. Having shit thrust upon you isn't a bad thing. Sorry to hear that. Lag. That's not a bad lag. When it starts getting to minutes, it gets bad.
Inquisitor, if you're looking for the commander, he's gone to speak with Seeker Pentecost.
Ugh. Why does he need to speak to Cassandra now? Hi, kitty. What do you want?
You asked for my opinion, and I've given it. Why would you expect it to change?
I expect you to keep your word. It's relentless. I can't...
You give yourself too little credit.
If I'm unable to fulfill what vows I kept, then nothing good has come of this. Would you rather save face than admit... We will speak of this later.
And people say I'm stubborn. This is ridiculous. Cullen told you that he's no longer taking lyrium?
I think it's
yes,
right.
And I respect his decision.
As do I. Not that he's willing to listen. Cullen has asked that I recommend a replacement for him. I refused. It's not necessary. Besides, it would destroy him. He's come so far.
Yes, he is.
Why didn't he come to me?
We had an agreement long before you joined us. As a Seeker, I could evaluate the dangers.
Is there anything we can do to change his mind?
If anyone could, it's you. Mages have made their suffering known, but Templars never have. They are bound to the Order, mind and soul, with someone always holding their lyrium leash. Cullen has a chance to break that leash, to prove to himself, and anyone who would follow suit, that it's possible. He can do this. I knew that when we met in Kirkwall. Talk to him. Decide if now is the time.
Back to Cullen! Templars were always at risk of magical attacks. Everyone's susceptible to them. Templars just have a resistance to magic. and they can alter it somehow. Ooh.
Maker's breath. I didn't hear you enter. Forgive me.
At least you missed.
So long as you weren't aiming at me.
It kind of does.
I'm sure the box had it coming.
I swear, I didn't know you were...
They have the ability to suppress magic.
I never meant for this to interfere.
Are you okay?
Are you going to be all right?
Yes. I don't know. Did you know Ferelden's circle was taken over by abominations? I was there. The Templars, my friends, were slaughtered. I was tortured. They tried to break my mind, and I... How can you be the same person after that? Still, I wanted to serve. They sent me to Kirkwall. I trusted my Knight Commander, and for what? Her fear of mages ended in madness. Kirkwall's circle fell. Innocent people died in the streets. Can't you see why I want nothing to do with that life?
Of course I can.
Don't. You should be questioning what I've done. I thought this would be better. That I would regain some control over my life, but these thoughts won't leave me. How many lives depend on our success? I swore myself to this cause. I will not give less to the Inquisition than I did to Chantry. I should be taking it.
You don't. He doesn't need delirium. He doesn't. His skill as a commander doesn't come from delirium. It comes from his knowledge, not the drug. End of story. He doesn't need it.
You give enough, Cullen. I'm not asking you for more. The Inquisition can be your chance to start over. If you want it to be.
I don't know if that's possible.
It is.
All right.
Now can I talk to you about the smuggler, please?
The smugglers we interrogated gave up the Red Templars' main source of red lyrium, Inquisitor. It's located in the Dales, near a town called Sarnia. Destroying the mine there will cripple Samson's operations.
Excellent work, Commander. I'll investigate the mine.
Destroying the Red Templars' source of lyrium will be a loss Samson won't soon forget.
You just remembered that bit, that red lyrium has the blight? Which makes it about, yeah, it's tainted by the blight, which makes it about 300 times worse. Oh wait, what was I? Oh, here we are. I was supposed to go to the Marquis party. I have to go to this party to complete a Josephine mission, I forgot. Oh, cat in my face. Hello. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow. Trying to hurt me?
Thank you for seeing me in private, Minister Belize.
I chastise you for taking me from the party, Inquisitor, but the Marquis throws such dull affairs. It's hardly worth it. I assume you wish to discuss your petition to elevate these du Paraquets to a minor lordship. Tell me, why should I allow you to pollute the Orlesian nobility any further than it's already been muddled?
To win a favor from me.
Surely even a minister could do worse than have the Inquisition in her debt.
I am a well-positioned woman. I require something more concrete than vague promises of future gifts. And do not attempt to charm me. I am far too old to tolerate it. What can you possibly provide that will make your petition worth my effort?
Valuable information.
Information. Unless you believe your sources better than agents of the Inquisition.
Normally, I wouldn't trust your discretion. But the left hand of the Divine is working for you, is she not? Sister Leliana is a resourceful woman. I could certainly make use of her talents. Very well, Inquisitor. Should you fulfill this bargain, I shall raise the du Paraquets into lordship.
Thank you. Thank you, bitch. Back to Skyhold. Hey, kitty. I got a cat in my face. Wants attention. Good kitty. Oh, come on. It's Masquerade. It's amazing. Hang on. Yeah, I need to... It's just one of those things, when you leave, you have to do it.
Worship.
You have to do one favor. I think.
I must return to Valrayo to see that everything is in order. Please join me when you can.
Okay. I'll be back in a second.
With rifts contained in the area, we can send in smaller groups to offer relief.
I agree. Are you well?
A headache, nothing more.
I have not asked in a while. How goes the hunt for Samson?
We're close, I know it.
If I can help you any further...
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Fortunately, I did nothing for those, 3 minutes? So you were kind of stuck waiting here. I'm sorry about that. All's invitation. Yeah, we don't want to really get that involved in politics, so Josephine will find someone important.
Inquisitor,
for that. At the end of the stream. Destroy enemy fortress.
Inquisitor.
Okay, get ready, because we are going to do Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
The elf.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been Emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a Chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most Chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The Chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Oof. Briala.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only. She has organized the elves of Elam Sharal into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
Celine had an elven lover?
The elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress?
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
So the equivalent here is that, to put this in real-world terms, Orlais is the equivalent of the US today. Minus the whole warmonger thing, but... if the US were to fall into chaos, a bunch of shit would go wrong. Since it is basically acting as a larger peacekeeping force by funding NATO. Yep. There's a spy.
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
I like her dagger. I mean, look at that dagger. It's like a puzzle piece. Definitely not enough power to use. Let's go. Oh, in my opinion, the U.S. should just pull out of NATO entirely. That's my opinion as a whole. That's my long and short. U.S. should just pull out of NATO entirely. We overfund it. It does nothing. End of story.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
My guard.
Inquisitor Trevelyan, we meet at last. I've heard so much about you. The rumors coming out of the Western Approach say you battled an army of demons. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
That would be impressive.
I can see many benefits to such an alliance.
Keep the image firmly in mind. We may see it materialize by the end of the evening. I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. Prepared to shock the Assembly by appearing as the guest of a hateful usurper, my lord? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
Aren't we exciting people?
Can't imagine that crowd has seen anything better than us in their entire lives.
I knew we would get along famously, Inquisitor. As a friend, perhaps there is a matter you could undertake this evening. This elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
I hope there's more to go on.
There's more to your suspicion than the elves were acting dodgy?
That Ambassador Briala used to be a servant of Celine's. That is, until my cousin had her arrested for crimes against the Empire to cover up a political mistake. If anyone in this room wishes Celine harm, Inquisitor, it's that elf. She certainly has reason.
Really? Jilted lovers,
Be
while they
as
do...
discreet as possible. I detest the game. But if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that the Inquisitor?
What? Emartia? Don't be absurd.
The Legion Corps is pleased to see a noble, even a marcher, in the Inquisition. You are off to a good start.
Gaspar never struck me as pious. You must think he gains military advantage for the Inquisition.
Pardon me, my lord. You haven't seen a ring lying around, have you? It was a gift from the Comtesse Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go into the ball without it.
Is this ring particularly valuable?
Its worth in coin is not as important as its social value. It was a gift from a member of the Council of Heralds. If she finds out I lost it, she will never forgive me. Not even if I live to be 1,000 years old.
That's a terrible predicament.
If the Comtesse finds out, make her have mercy. Should you happen upon it, I beg you, let me know.
Well, I found a ring.
Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Found it. Just getting core approval, which is usually the result of finesse, entertaining people, or keeping up appearances. The higher court approval is, the better.
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure! I cannot believe you found it. You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
So, bottom line, just be present.
I wish there was more news coming from the con.
Good news is for running and replacing the
Where has that servant gone? Elves. Always shirking their duties.
Huh.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Before we head in, we're going to search a bit.
Do you mind? We don't wish to be disturbed.
Interesting.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Storage key. So we have political intrigue now, which is always fun. A Caprice coin. Probably should have dropped half the valuables I picked up, but I'm an idiot.
Are all the gnolls here? Maker, I hope not. We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspar will ruin us all.
How rich am I right now, out of curiosity? 22 gold pieces!
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please.
Oh, damn it.
I'm sure you know how to handle most nobility, but the game is nothing like the Free March's intrigues. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
Sounds like a fun bunch.
Don't they sound delightful? I'm shocked we haven't invited the court to dinner at Skyhold.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer in the Fade with the Fear Demon.
That's a cheery thought.
You are just full of joy and light this evening.
Everything will be fine. Andraste, watch over us all.
Need a lot of luck here, because this is actually the hardest mission to pull off. Correctly, because there are 7 endings. Hello, Darkness. My old friend. I'll screw it up. Like I said, this particular mission has one of like 7 endings.
Why are there so many elves?
Ah, Cullen.
The Empress invited
Jacket let out a little.
Is that the Inquisitor?
A matter? I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing Gardens again.
I have heard they are the finest in the Empire. Such a pity that we...
Any news of Paragon Branca?
That's... Oh, I knew that. It's kind of apparent.
Interesting.
I'm gonna stare at this wall while you talk.
Well, that's useful.
I heard the friend.
I'm gonna stare at this thing.
Good to know.
Hello, crazy man. Fortunately, I know polite etiquette.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lord Inquisitor Trevelyan, son of Ban Trevelyan of Ostwick. Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the Mage Underground, champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Lord Dorian Pavus, member of the Circle Varantium, son of Lord Magister Hallwood Pavus of Azariel, the Iron Bull, leader of the famed mercenary company Bull's Chargers, as the name might imply. Sir Callan Stanton Rutherford of Honleith, commander of the forces of the Inquisition, former Knight Commander of Kirkwall. Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and Left Hand of the Divine. And Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
Wanted to listen to all of them being introduced.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
That's fair.
Inquisitor?
Lord Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace.
I know how to vow from The Witcher 3.
The Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
I'm delighted to be here, Your Majesty.
We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand tales for long evenings. How do you find Halam Shiral?
I can't do a credit.
I have no words to suffice. Alam Shiral has many beauties, and I couldn't do them justice.
Your modesty does you credit, and speaks well for the Inquisition. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
I'll give you a hint. It's one of the members of the party I chose.
Tell me, Yvette, how are Mama and Papa? Are they in good health? Do they want for anything?
Papa's perfectly happy in the studio. Mother is the same as always.
Meaning she's after you to do more work.
You always take her side.
I don't take her side. I happen to think, as she does, you might attend to more of the estate's duties. Also, do stop slouching.
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this him?
Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montillier.
A pleasure.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montillier.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? Rebel mages in Redcliffe were performing blood rites and orgies before you stopped them.
Where did you hear such nonsense?
What?
Everyone in Antiva says so. Is it true?
If that was going on in Redcliffe, why would I have bothered to stop it? I'm afraid
Those
not.
stories are little more than wistful thinking, milady.
Oh, how dull Redcliffe must have been then.
Who'd you support here?
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind?
Celine has held the throne successfully for years. I see no profit in ousting her. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
Any tales about Josephine?
My only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh yes, as she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette, stop.
Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the...
No.
No.
She once told the Duke of...
Absolutely not.
She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking.
Yvette! That's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
She plays with dolls.
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of them.
The dancing is so dull.
Literally everybody.
But the Empress's gallery is magnificent.
Yvette.
Sorry, Josie.
Please continue, Josephine.
Go on, Josephine.
Half Royal must be empty. So many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
Tell me about yourself, Lady Yvette.
Socializing is kind of
I've
key
encountered
here.
any of Josephine's family.
She would forget to mention the artists. I've been studying painting under Antiva's royal tutors. You should be proud, Josie. I'm going to be exhibiting my work next season in the city's biggest salon.
Have you actually sat down and finished a painting yet?
I must wait for my inspiration.
And I must wait for your tutor's bills.
I'll see you later.
Another time.
Can you believe the Inquisition filled its ranks with us?
How could the Empress afford to renovate the place?
Laurent was the love of my life. Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
We're going to speak with Liliana. Where is she?
I heard Celine was having the entire
Married to my wife. Please, Inquisitor,
the timing is
did you need something? The sooner we track down this
such a thing
infiltrator, the
now?
better.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
Gaspad's claim to the throne is fair. Orlais needs someone capable of responding to the crisis at hand. A military-minded leader seems the best option.
You have admirers.
You've attracted a following. Who are all these people?
I don't know, but they won't leave me alone.
I take it you're not enjoying
That's me.
At this point, the headache I'm developing is preferable to the company.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Not yet. It would be easier if people would stop talking to me. Other people, not you.
This is every antisocial person who's brought to a party. Literally everyone.
I await your signal.
What were they doing in the western approach? It's a wasteland.
Is that him?
Is it true?
I heard the Inquisition was here. Have you heard from your nephew?
Not since his regiment joined the
The vestibule. To a vestibule, whatever that is.
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
That sounds exactly like the person we're looking for.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
Same. That would have been made them look better at the very least.
We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else.
There must be...
Right here around the corner.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one off the garden. Statuette.
Let's listen.
Just gossip.
Yes.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Get these pastries out to the diplomats.
The Duchess has asked for too many. I can't
Did
carry
you
them
hear
all.
what Gaspar said?
You don't want to be here, stranger.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
He went into the servants'
The fire is touching my balls.
there all night.
I'll tell Brianna we have a situation.
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
Well, well. What's this?
I am not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
There's Bull.
You got anything that needs killing? Because the nobles keep messing with me and they think I don't know they're doing it. This keeps up. I'm gonna wear somebody's skull as my fancy little mask.
Any interest in a dance?
Oh, shit. The nobles would love that. Can you imagine Josephine's face trying to explain that we were... Wait, were you serious? Because if so, then... Yeah, absolutely. I mean, once we stop the assassins and all that.
He thought I was joking.
Look at this with the eyes of a Ben Hasrath. And tell me what you see.
It's a mess. Everyone's trying so hard to hide that they're walking around in plumage. Makes it tough to spot the dangerous lies, as opposed to the normal stuff. Oh, but that couple over there with the silver masks? The woman's doing one of the nobles, and the guy's doing two different servants.
Ooh.
What do you think of the masks the nobles are wearing?
They're no good as disguises, and they don't cover the mouth or hide body language, so they're not much help for lying. As fashion goes, I don't know. I've seen dumber.
We've all seen
Anything
them.
catching your eye?
They've got these candied nuts with some kind of spice on them. It's sweet until you swallow, and then... Bam! Hot. Nothing on the assassins, though.
Every bit of that sounded sexual.
Talk to you later, Bull.
I'll just stay here and eat.
I want to repeat that. Every bit sounded sexual.
My Lord Inquisitor.
May we have a word? It is very important. The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
How can I be certain this message is from the Empress?
We three wear the masks of House Valmont.
They signify that we are public faces of the Empress.
They are also extremely fashionable.
I am always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in his holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
Let me guess. All she wants in return is for me to help her defeat the Duke.
Oh, this is not meant as a bargain by any means, Inquisitor.
The support of the Empress is not conditional. It will be yours once the negotiations are concluded.
The Empress is the most skilled diplomat in Thedas. Gaspard is hopelessly out of his depth.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
Did you need something?
Interesting.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me. This is a private conversation.
Huh.
Did I hear correctly? If you're interested in bringing the Templars to heel, you may have found an ally.
If that's true, I would welcome an alliance with the Inquisition. I will get in touch with your Lady Nightingale. I have assets that might benefit your cause.
Gentlemen.
Dorian!
This is all so familiar. I half expect my mother to materialize from the crowd and criticize my manners.
Is this how the elite of Tevinter carry on?
You could almost mistake this for a soiree in the Imperial. The same double-dealing, elegant poison canapes. It's lacking only a few sacrificial slaves and some blood magic. But the night is still young.
What if your mother were actually here? Where would we be then?
Short one mage after he's dragged out by his earlobe.
I'm having difficulty picturing that.
Picture me a young boy of 5 years then. She certainly always has.
Have you seen anything I should know about?
I'm trying to keep watch for magic. You know Tevinters. We can't cross a room without casting a spell. If there are Tevinter agents here, we'll find them.
Try not to get too drunk while I'm gone.
You ask so much of me.
You ask so much of me.
Interesting. Good to know.
Here's the thing, we gotta climb these bars. Can't be missed for too long, otherwise we start losing. Can't be gone too long. There. It really can't be for long. I have to I just lost 2 bits of approval and gain 1 back. It's very much a back and forth kind of thing. I can't be gone for too long.
That's the bell. I should get back to the ballroom.
Then I have to get back to the ballroom.
Just gossip.
I gotta up my